Henry Danger. What if Schwoz wasn't just a weird genius, but a time traveler? This theory says Schwoz came from the future. That's why he builds machines no one else can understand and always seems to know what's coming. In his timeline, his sister died in a tragic accident. Not just any accident, but one that haunted him forever. People used to make fun of her, saying she looked like a horse. Hurt and desperate, she once fell sick and injected herself with horse blood, thinking it would help. But it killed her. Broken by guilt, Schwoz built his first time machine to go back and save her. But here's the twist. Every time Captain Man and Kid Danger travel through time to fix a crime, they unknowingly ruin the timeline even more. The chaos they caused in the past keeps changing the present, and Schwoz's sister keeps dying in new ways. That's why Schwoz seems so frantic and secretive. He's not building tech for fun. He's trying to rewrite history before it's too late. Game Shakers. A show about kids who start a gaming company and live every young coder's dream, or so it seems. But what if behind the fun colors and jokes lies a hidden story about child labor and modern slavery? In this theory, Babe and Kenzie aren't entrepreneurs. They're exploited talents. Their so-called company is secretly owned by adults using their skills to churn out games that make millions, while the kids barely see a cent. They're kept distracted with flashy offices, fake CEO titles, and promises of fame, all while their ideas are stolen, repackaged, and sold worldwide. Double G acts like the goofy business partner, but in truth, he represents the entertainment industry itself, an empire that feeds on child creativity and hides it behind bright lights and music. Hudson, always treated like comic relief, is really the symbol of every child worker forced to smile through exhaustion. Every time the kids celebrate another successful game, they're unknowingly celebrating their own exploitation. Sam and Cat looked like a fun show about two best friends, but behind the scenes, things weren't so perfect. Jeanette McCurdy, who played Sam, started to feel frustrated because Ariana Grande, who played Cat, was often busy with her music career and big performances. That meant Jeanette had to do more work on set, like filming episodes alone when Ariana wasn't around. For example, the one where Cat was stuck in a box. Fans thought Ariana was getting paid more, but that wasn't true. The real problem was that Jeanette felt like she was doing double the work, while Ariana got more attention from the network. Over time, this created real tension between them. So when Sam and Cat ended after just one season, it wasn't just because of the show. It was because their friendship behind the scenes had already fallen apart. The Thundermans. A fun superhero family show, or something much darker? What if Hiddenville wasn't a real town, but a government simulation built to study the effects of superhuman genetics? Hank and Barb weren't just parents. They were paired by scientists to create genetically engineered kids. Phoebe for morality, Max for rebellion, Billy for speed, and Nora for precision. Even Dr. Colosso wasn't just a talking rabbit. He was a scientist who tried to expose the truth, trapped in that body as punishment. The so-called Hero League? It wasn't a team of heroes. It was the organization running the experiment. And when the show ended, it wasn't a happy ending. It was the simulation resetting. iCarly. What if Spencer's wild creativity wasn't just talent, but a curse? This theory says Spencer made a deal with the devil, trading his soul for two things: unlimited artistic genius and the freedom to raise Carly without struggle. That's why his sculptures and inventions always look insane, but somehow work. He's creating with power that isn't fully human. But every gift comes with a cost. Oh, shit! The fires Spencer accidentally causes in almost every episode aren't random. They're marks of the pact. Fire follows him because it's the devil's signature. Chaos, destruction, and creation all in one. And notice how, despite being unemployed and careless, Spencer and Carly live comfortably in a huge apartment in Seattle? That's not luck. It's part of the deal. The devil granted him success, but in return, his art will always burn, and peace will never last. The Haunted Hathaways. On the surface, it's a funny Nickelodeon show about a mom and her daughters moving into a house already haunted by a family of ghosts. But this theory flips everything. What if the Hathaways aren't living with ghosts? What if they're the ones who died? According to the theory, Michelle and her daughters, Taylor and Frankie, actually died in a car accident on their way to start a new life in New Orleans. The haunted house they move into isn't haunted at all. It's their afterlife, a limbo where they must accept their fate. The ghost family, Ray, Miles, and Louis Preston, aren't haunting them. They're guiding them. helping them transition and come to terms with being dead. That's why the Hathaways can interact with ghosts so easily. Objects flying, ghost powers misfiring, strange visitors are just echoes of two worlds overlapping, life and death.